Hi guys, this is Dr. Joseph from Christu Jayanti School of Management, Bangalore, and we are watching a series of videos on using macros to do simple tasks. And in the last video, I showed you how to create an interest calculator using macros. And this video, my idea is to create an arithmetic calculator using macros. So arithmetic calculator, the idea is I am going to create 4 buttons. So each button will represent one of the arithmetic calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So when you press on the first button, it should execute addition. Second button, it should execute subtraction, and so forth. And now to do that, I'm going to create a small template like last time. So I'm going to give it as number 1 and then number 2 and then result. So this is a common template which I'm going to use. I'm going to add a border to it. So this time this is the cell which is C5 is the cell which I want to be active at all time when I start recording the macro. So I need to record 4 macros, and then I need to create 4 buttons, and then I need to assign those macros to those 4 buttons. So here what I'm going to assume is, always I'm going to assume number 1 as the largest number of these 2 things, so that when I do even subtraction, it will be number 1 minus number 2, or when I do division, it will be number 1 divided by number 2. Okay, so we're going to start the recording the macros. I need to record 4 macros in succession for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So I'm going to start with my first macro. I'm going to click on this result cell. I'm going to make this cell active. I'm going to click on view, macros, click on use relative reference, and again click on macros, click on record macros. So I'm going to name this macro as ADD for addition. I'm not going to use the shortcuts. I'm going to assign it to a button. Let this option be stored macros in this workbook. The moment I press on the OK button, I will be on the record mode. So I'm going to press on the OK button. So I'm going to enter the formula here in this cell C5 equal to, for addition it is very simple, number 1 plus number 2. This is the formula. I'm going to press the enter button. You can see here my cursor, like similar to the last video, cursor comes to the next cell which is C6, which I don't want to happen. I want to keep C5 as my active cell, which is the result cell. So I click there before I stop recording. So since now I clicked over here, I'm going to stop the recording, and then now I can delete this formula. So now I need to do another macro for doing subtraction. I'm going to click on macros. I'm going to click on record macros, and then I'm going to give the name as SUBT. I could have given SUB, but in Visual Basic, SUB is one of the commands, so system doesn't accept it. So I'm going to give the name as SUBT. Then the moment I press the OK button, I will be on the record mode. So I'm going to press the OK button. I am on the record mode. You can see here. So I'm going to start the recording. I want to give equal to number 1 minus number 2. So this is a recording for calculating subtraction. I want to press the enter button. You can see here my active cell becomes C6, which I don't want to happen. I make a click on the cell C5, and then I'm going to stop recording it. So once I stop recording it, I'm going to delete this formula over here. Now I need to record another macro to record it for multiplication. Click on record macro. I'm going to give the name as MUL. I'm going to press the OK button. So I'm going to enter the formula here, equal to number 1 multiplied by number 2. Press enter. I'm going to click on the result cell. I'm going to stop the macros, and then I'm going to delete this formula over here. And then I need to record the 4th macro. This time is to record it for calculating division. So I'm going to name it as DIV, and then I'm going to press the OK button, and I'm going to enter the formula here, equal to number 1 divided by number 2. Press the enter button, click back on the result cell, stop the macros, and then delete this formula. So now I'm going to give a random number here, say 110. I am going to run the macros and check whether my macros are working properly. So I'm going to click on this cell C5, which is my result cell. I'm going to click on view macros. I'm going to click on add and run. I'm getting the addition correctly. I'm going to run the subtraction and I'm going to check whether it is working. 100 minus 10, 90, it is working. Now I'm going to check for multiplication whether it is going to work. So 100 multiplied by 10, it is 1000. And the last one is division. Let me run it. Yeah, 100 by 10 is 10. So I'm going to remove this. So now I need to add 4 command buttons and then I need to assign these macros to it. So already in the last video I taught you how to enable the developer tab. Now the developer tab is already enabled. So I'm just clicking on the developer tab and I'm going to this control section, clicking on this insert button. So I select this particular button, which is the command button. When I click on that, I bring my mouse down. I'm going to make square shaped buttons this time instead of rectangle shape. And once I get the right shape, I'm going to release it. And the first button is to add the assign the add macro. I'm going to click on that. And then I want to rename it. How do you rename it? Right click on the button, click on the edit text, press the delete button to delete the text over there, and then I'm going to add this symbol which is plus, and I'm going to click outside. You can see here my plus button is done. I have to repeat the same process to add 3 more buttons, but instead I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to press Ctrl V 3 times and then I get 3 buttons over here. So I'm going to move these things to the respective places. Yes, you ensure that you don't left click on this button, because once you left click it will run the add macro over there. So now I create 4 buttons. I need to rename it. So right click, edit text, delete this add minus symbol, and then right click, edit text, delete this add multiplication symbol, right click, edit text, delete it, add the division symbol. So now I just added 4 buttons. I have named it, renamed it, but then all the buttons will have the same addition macros. So before we check, I need to reassign the macros. So I right click, click on the option assign macros. So this is the button to calculate subtraction. So as I assign the SUBT macro which we recorded, and this button is to calculate multiplication. So assign the MUL macro which is designed for calculating multiplication. And for this button I need to, for this button I need to assign the division macro which we recorded and named it as DIV. So now all the 4 buttons are ready. Before you click on the button, ensure that you activate this cell which is C6. And then now let me see whether the buttons are working properly. Plus is working, subtraction is working, multiplication is working, division is also working. So this is how we create the arithmetic calculator. So let me name it as arithmetic calculator, and then I'm going to add a border to it. I'm going to merge it, and then let me reduce the size so that it fits. Yeah, so let me add some colors. And then let me hide this grid lines. Yeah, so now my arithmetic calculator is done. And then you use the same procedure to save your file as macro enabled file. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this. Please like my video, please subscribe to my channel, and then share it with your friends. Thank you. Thanks for watching.